Hello, and welcome to the Old Farm Bus Podcast. This is the back of the bus session.
Hello, and welcome to the Old Farm Bus, back of the bus sessions podcast. Today, I've got my mate back on here with me. I'm really buzzing for this because he's a lot of energy and a lovely fella. James White.
Mikey, I've got less energy than the last time we did this podcast.
You had a lot then.
Yeah,
that was power.
I've got less than that.
What's
now.
happened to your son?
Well, last time we spoke about having a baby, and
Yeah.
neither of us had got one.
100%. we were just sort of
And we were like,
theorising ideas, weren't we?
Yeah, we really didn't know anything, did we?
How's it unfolded for you, mate?
Amazing.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing and tiring at the same time, but mega. Yeah.
Quite funny. You put on a video the other day and proper had me like, I had to replay about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, it was good. That was, yeah. He's learning to walk. He's learning to walk. He can't walk. He fell over the little stroller, and I find anything like that funny. He isn't hurt. If he broke his leg, I ain't laughing. But
oh, dude, have you had any scares yet of that?
we had a headbang.
Okay.
At a Christmas party for like a kid's play thing.
Oh, no.
Another kid came to cuddle him.
Okay.
And he's crawling but couldn't use his arms. Arms went, he just headbutted the floor full on. Like Laura was not doing good with it.
I'm gonna top trump you. I don't know. Did you see?
No.
Ella with the finger trap in the door.
Oh, you trapped in the door. You're a horrible
Oh,
person.
mate.
Why did you do that?
I cried.
No,
I was so
you didn't.
panicked. I did. I don't know what happened to me because she was in genuine pain, that one. Because it was a conservatory door.
Right.
And I didn't. Chrissy, I thought she was looking after her in the living room.
Oh, so bad.
But she let her just wander into when I was doing the washing, and the cat was there, looking all doughy-eyed.
Yeah.
So I let the cat in, and Ella's on the other side of me. And do you know when you go to close the door, she's on the hinge side.
She was in your blind spot.
Yeah, the blind.
She was in your blind spot.
Amen, brother.
Mate, you need to do your mirror check before you signal and manoeuvre.
So honestly, first of all, I looked down, she really did like scream, and I thought, oh, she's just fallen over. Yeah. So I'm trying to sort of pick her up. Like,
but hand was still in the door?
Yeah, finger.
No, it wasn't.
Dude.
Mikey,
so
she could
we're
have
like,
lost her whole
Are you
arm.
okay? Are you okay? And then Chris is like, the door. So I like basically smashed the door open. And then, yeah, it's bleeding a lot, but went to the hospital. And the woman, because you have to book meetings now and you have to book them. And I was just really sort of flustered and scared about the whole situation. So she was doing all this sort of bureaucratic, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I said, please, can you just fix my door?
Yeah, like,
I'm here
her
now.
Her hand is literally falling off.
There's blood everywhere. So, yeah, eventually they said, yeah, come on, he's hysterical, let's let him in. I stayed in the car park, actually, and Chrissy and Ella went in. Got a little plaster put on, went to sleep, but me and Chrissy, it was our first time away from Ella now, so she's 1 and a bit.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to, on that day, be going to just a little getaway for 2 days. So staying with mum and dad and that. I didn't want to go at all. I was just like, can we stay here? But they said, go and go.
Yeah,
and now, got home, and it was the tiniest little bit on her finger.
So you're saying she was dramatic?
Not even lost a nail or anything. And she put me through hell.
Kids, they're idiots. They're absolutely horrible. Idiots.
That was a big awakening, man. That was those moments where I go, oh, okay. You have to kind of really think about...
half a second more.
Yeah.
Yeah, half a second more.
That is a full
action.
hand then.
Yeah.
100%.
You'd have known about that.
Got away lucky.
Door would not have closed.
Oh, come on, door. I'm sure you...
Bang.
So you've not had too many... Just a headbutt
Yeah,
so
we
far.
had a headbutt. We've had a couple... He seems to lead with his forehead. So we get head bumps, but luckily we've had no...
He's a lovely kid. Yeah, touch wood.
Touch this.
100%.
Yeah, he is. He's mega. He's such a smiley, happy boy. Not so much today or yesterday because it's like the whole teething thing. But, yeah.
How old is he now?
He is 10 months and a week.
Right. Okay. I wonder when months stop. About 18 months and then
I think because if you say 19 months, that confuses people. 18 months is cool, but I think if you said like 19 or 21 months, they'd just be like
till they're like 18.
Yeah. He's 134 months.
Were there any things that you were told before being a parent that have come to truth, or are there any things that you were told and then just totally didn't happen?
I think that I always said that, like, kids are going to ruin your life.
You're amazing, man. You're brute honesty.
No, but I don't. It's not a complete literal ruin your life, but I mean, like, life as you know it is not going to be the same.
Yeah.
And I accepted that before. I used to say like, nothing I enjoy doing is going to be made better by having a baby.
There's a real.
That's so harsh, but
there's a truth of element there.
Like anything I enjoy doing, activity-wise, is not made better by having a baby. So I told myself all these things. So when reality came and he's actually mega, it's a bit like, this is cool. I can cope with this, and the sacrifices that you make that before you were having a baby you weren't looking forward to making. You make them, and then you go, actually, that's cool. That's cool. It's good.
I think they're important conversations though, because again, like, Ella's not enhanced my filmmaking days.
No.
And she's not enhanced my boxing or my gym or my football days. But what I do now when I go out with her on days out and we're together and we're as a family, that's so much more than what the other stuff is. But also, when I get to do the other stuff, it gives gravitas to it. It gives greatness to it. And I feel awesome
you
doing
appreciate the stuff that you do more.
Yeah.
I definitely think that. You know, when your time's limited, so you've only got so much time available to be doing what you enjoy, it does add more value to it. Definitely adds more value to it. Yeah, it's mega.
So mega. With this podcast, mate, as well, where I want it to go down, you're pretty much famous now. Come on. You've been on...
Mikey.
You've been on radio, son.
There's 2 people on board this big bus. Both of us have been on Radio Derby.
Oh, mate. Not enough space on here for the both of us,
You know what I mean?
Son.
I'm looking around.
We're killing it.
Yeah. I'm absolutely not famous in any way at all.
But I listened to it and I really enjoyed it. But this is how I felt from it. Health and fitness is so vital nowadays, more than ever.
Yeah.
Looking after your body, looking after your immune system.
Yeah.
And you going on a mainstream show, something like a beautiful space for that conversation to exist.
Yeah, I was really excited to do it.
And it was really good. And you kept trying to bring it back round to a fairly, not say serious, but...
I would say I was being sensible.
Yes.
Yeah,
a genuine part of your nature.
Because I'm very sensible.
Well, but definitely not.
Not
Guys,
that at all, but...
wait till you meet him. Come gym fit and you'll find out.
Yeah,
but,
come see me.
But genuinely, I think it's a conversation that isn't being had enough about just looking after yourself.
Yeah.
And to some degree, and I don't know if that's just the way the conversation was set up, but it kept being sort of downplayed and mocked a little bit in every which way.
Yeah, I agree.
Did you feel similar?
Not at the time.
No.
At the time, I actually was cool with it. I'm happy to have a playful conversation with anybody about anything, but I think he would have liked me to kind of endorse the silly. His questions were revolved around, how do I get a 6-pack?
Yes.
And that's not a conversation that I would just have with somebody.
No.
Like what relevance has that got to anything?
I mean, that...
Really?
The only time that starts to need to exist is when you're literally competing down at an extreme level.
We've got a 60-year-old radio presenter.
Yeah.
Who has just told me he doesn't exercise, and then he's saying, like, how do I get a 6-pack?
Yeah.
Go on then, tell me, how do I get a 6-pack? I'm like...
do you want to come over for a cup of tea first?
How long you got? 30 seconds? Is that enough time for you?
Well, that's mainstream media, isn't it? It's in quick, snappy segments,
but,
and we need it.
Honestly,
bosh,
at the time, I didn't go like, oh, this guy's asking some stupid questions. I didn't do that at all, to be honest. I was just answering.
You played it really well, man. The best that you could have done in a situation.
I was happy with, you know, where you finish a test. We spoke similar to this the other day about something else, but when you finish a test, and then afterwards you go, I should have done that.
Yeah.
Or a job interview, I'm like, I wish I'd said that. I didn't do it. I actually felt like I came away from it. I was like, I represented myself quite well there. I said things. I could have said more. Wish I'd have said this, or I wish I'd have said that. But I was actually happy with how I produced it. It was only when almost everyone I spoke to afterwards was like, you didn't do justice there, or a bit like, what did they call him? Someone called him asshole.
Who called it? That's a brilliant
I don't
thing.
know. It was like, he was an
I'll take
asshole.
that. Yeah.
I was like,
Well,
oh,
he was just mockerising it. He was,
Yeah.
he was trying to be playful in every way. But I was genuinely sitting there thinking, I feel there's so many misconceptions around the conversation, and there's so many people sitting there listening to that conversation that don't know where to start,
Yeah.
are struggling to maintain, because they'll expect results then and there,
Yeah.
or whatever it is, these misconceptions. So it was probably an area where people that needed the conversation were just listening to it in too much of a flippant...
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wasn't coherent.
Yeah, I think that he had in that sense anyway, had a job to do in the
Entertainment.
it's January. We need to talk about the gym.
There you go.
They have a production meeting, don't they? And they sit there and say, "Oh, it's what we're going to talk about this week. We're going to talk about the gym. It's January. People are trying to lose weight. We need to get a PT on." Somehow I end up at me, and he actually couldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
But he'd got
Fulfilling a duty.
He'd got a job to do to speak to a PT, and I understand that, and that's cool. So I feel lucky that I got the opportunity to go on there.
Yeah.
I will rinse it for all it's worth, and I will keep banging
that drum, baby.
I will bang that drum and tell everyone I've been on Radio Derby, because I don't care.
You smashed it, man.
Well, I can only do my best job, can't
Yeah.
I? And I did my best, so I'm going to use it to my advantage, and that's great.
So that's the path I want to walk down with you, is going into some of the real nitty gritties and being very serious, because we're serious men on this bus.
Yeah,
Look at us.
It's a very serious bus.
Stare at me. But I'd like to talk to you about where you think some of the, what we spoke about, misconceptions in the fitness industry are starting up. I love what you say recently. You know, there's no one answer.
Yeah.
Anyone that tries to sell you that answer
Yeah.
hasn't got it. They
Yeah,
don't know what's
100%.
going on.
Yeah, completely.
I'd like to talk to the average gym goer, though, or
Yeah.
somebody that we are in January. People are thinking, I'm going to make a change, actually. The last few years haven't gone my way.
Yeah.
For either their own reasoning
Yeah.
or stuff outside of the hands. The gym's a great start, isn't it?
Yeah.
To feel better.
Yeah, completely. I mean, let me get it out there. My target audience is normal people. My target audience is mums and dads and people working jobs. If someone was looking for a prep coach,
Yeah.
I'm not that guy. I'm not a bodybuilder prep guy. There are people far more suitable than I am for that. I'm just a normal person coach, and that's where I feel like my strength is, and that's where I feel like I can get it across. So the foundation for anybody, this is just general advice to whoever's, the foundation for anybody looking to make a start to be better is start moving. Just start moving.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you do. Go and play badminton, walk, move your body in any way. Don't join the gym to lose weight. Move your body to lose weight and control your eating habits and control your habits in general. Go to the gym to be stronger, to be faster, to be fitter, and gain as much muscle mass as possible. All those, if you worry about those, the other stuff will come. But it starts by just moving your body in any way it works.
Would you say that's one of the biggest problems you see? You own a gym, you see hundreds of people coming in and out that door all the time.
We had 420 people yesterday. A record
Matey.
day. Record day.
Record day
in
at
the
Gym
wake
Fit.
in the wake of COVID. We had a record day.
I feel I'm a part of that somehow.
Well,
I've shared a picture once or twice.
You're a hardline supporter of us.
We're all a seed in that pot, mate.
Me too, mate. Absolutely, me too.
But no, I love Gym Fit. I love the community that you guys have built. Everything about it just suits my ideology, ethos,
great.
what I'm about.
Yeah,
We have great conversations, and
Yeah.
there's awesome people there. But yeah, you must see a lot of people coming through that door. Like how
Yeah.
many?
420 yesterday.
Wow. Okay, now we're talking.
That's unique users as well. That's not like I'm not rinsing and repeating the same people. That's unique users.
But thinking, so then you see a lot coming through the door, hammer and tong. They've got all the gear.
Yeah.
They've just
Yeah.
spent on everything, hundreds and hundreds of pounds. And then I'm guessing at some point you'll see them just stop coming through that door.
I mean, you've got to start if someone comes and they've got all the gear on and they've just invested money in it and they come in and they're super keen.
The barefoot shoes. get on to that.
They come in their barefoot shoes, walking backwards, just repping. No, if anyone's coming in like that, that's absolutely awesome. Like, well done for having the motivation to even get started, to go and buy that gear. For a lot of people, it's a really big thing. You would walk into the gym with no problem at all, but other people, they see it as a real thing. Like, they feel like they need to be wearing the right gear. They feel like they need to have fancy leggings and all that sort of stuff. So, like, well done for just getting started. But people as well see the highlights. They see the highlight of Instagram, which that's all Instagram is, unless you watch a fail reel over and over again. Like, you're seeing a highlight all the time, and you're seeing these people exercising 5, 6, 7 days a week with the body you've always wished you had. And so they come in and they try and replicate that by overdoing exercise and hitting too much too soon. Me personally, I exercise in the gym 3 times a week. That's it. That's it. 3 times a week. It's all I can consistently do every week.
Quite active outside, aren't you?
I'm active outside. I try and do my allocated steps every day. My passions are cycling, really, of any sort. On a push at the minute.
Get me on that bike.
At the minute, it's electric mountain bike all day, baby. It's
nice.
We'll
get onto that too.
Oh, it's the dogs, mate. It's the dogs. I'll have it. Everyone out there, I'll have you sold. By the time this is done, you'll be doing that V12 retail finance, baby.
Changing Ripley.
Yeah, I hope so. Not too many though, because I don't want it to be too busy.
Yeah, true. Saturate the market.
So I live an active lifestyle because I've always lived an active lifestyle. But I'm talking like gym time. I exercise 3 times a week, and that's it. And that's my job, that's my living, and my aspirations are to maintain my body composition and to keep a level of fitness.
So then we'll go back to the average goer. Joe Blogs. He's come through your door.
He's a good member, he is.
You've told him, listen, Joe, get moving, just move. So now he's been for a few weeks, he's been moving, he's feeling healthier and slightly happier. Where do you start shifting with Joe at the minute then?
Joe needs to figure out what he wants.
So then you've got to start setting intentions.
Well, so we're talking now as like a coaching thing. So if Joe wanted to seek your advice as a coach or whatever, then a coach is then going to start asking him questions about what is your goal? Like, we had 420 people yesterday, each with a unique position. So it's not a one size fits all. We have to establish what they really want, what they ultimately want.
How do you break down to finding that? Because I suppose a lot of people sometimes think they want X and actually they might want Y. You have to find their why for them.
Because the goals aren't very deep at first.
Okay.
The deeper you get into fitness, the more specific the goal becomes for more people. As experience comes, they've come past all the little hurdles, and then they've got to the real stuff, and then they try and find the little bits. So your Joe Blogs starter guy is going to come into the gym, and I'm going to ask him what his goal is, and he's going to say, get bigger.
Yeah.
Or get smaller.
Look massive.
Yeah, it's either get bigger or get smaller.
Yeah.
It's only when people probably get a bit older, or I've done this rodeo a few times and they're returning to fitness, that they say, I just want to be fitter, I just want to be healthy, I just want to find like a good lifestyle.
That was me the other day, because I did always want to look good. Because I'd come from being bullied so much, being a big fat kid, and really struggling with that emotionally and mentally.
Yeah.
And so my why has always just been, I want to look good.
Yeah.
I want to be sort of appreciated.
I think that's where every single gym user starts.
A lot of people do, don't they?
No one starts the gym because they're really happy with how they look.
But then
that's not the reason they start.
Yeah. And the other day, though, I was sort of playing with Ella, and them cracks and them movements, and I'm making noises, bending over and so on. I thought, 27. Do I really want to be feeling like this?
No, you do not.
So then, I think my why is radically sort of starting to shift, and so the healthy feeling.
I do think that comes with maturity, though. You definitely see kids when they come to the gym, they start on treadmills and bikes and cross trainers because that's what it's a very comfortable place to start.
Associate it with.
Yeah, and then boys mainly I'm talking about here. So boys will use the cardio stuff, and then they'll move into the machines. They'll just exclusively train arms, and then once they reach into their early 20s, into mid-20s, if they stick with it long enough, because you go through the period from 18 to 21 where you go out all the time, don't you?
Yeah.
So if they make it through that period unscathed and still want to go to the gym, then it's all about gaining muscle for those guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've got an issue tab.
Please do apologise
Yeah, sorry,
every time you
everyone.
mention that tab.
So then they go in, they try and gain as much muscle mass as possible, and then it's only when they get a bit older and they get girlfriends and families and work and stuff, and that goal shifts for a lot of them. So yeah.
Do you think one of the things we're talking about as well, people starting off in the gym, are basically trying to complicate it all?
Yeah.
They're getting all the books.
Yeah.
They're thinking, I need to nail the diet to its best way.
Yeah.
What's the best rep range?
Yeah.
What's the best exercise plan? How do you do it best?
Yeah.
And what you're saying is, please just start.
Start.
Consistency and movement.
Find out what you enjoy. Find out where you want to be, and then come and ask for help from somebody. If I don't know something about something that somebody else does, I am asking them for help. So please, people, like, do that. Ask someone for help.
Well, you've clearly matured in your ripe old age. Can we talk about your journey in health and fitness then? Where did it? How old were you when you were starting out, going into a gym for the first time?
So I'd have been I was an active kid. So karate, football, cricket was the stuff that my dad,
Apart from
parents.
cricket.
Oh,
I played for Denby, to be fair. I tried.
I was okay at it as a child, and then as it got into the adult game, I just hated it. I just had a mindset shift. Yeah, I just didn't like it either. Probably because I was scared of the ball and I was crap at batting. So, like, just let me bowl at people.
Not a
But
good start.
that was only a small part of the game. So once I couldn't do that all the time, then cricket was out. So yeah, I got introduced to that, and my mum and dad were big gym goers. My dad boxed, not at an amateur level or fought or anything, but boxed for fitness. Enjoyed football, and my mum really enjoyed exercise classes. So the two of them were very active people. So I guess for them it was important that their son was active too. So they introduced me to sport. I continued playing sport until I was 19, just doing football. And then my dad forced me to go and do a lifeguard qualification.
Nice.
Because I didn't want to do it. Honestly, if I wasn't made to do the things that I was made to do with my parents, I would not have ended up here. And by the way, I did not want to do them. I did a Junior Sports Leadership Award or Community Sports Leader Award, and I volunteered at sporting events for Amber Valley Borough Council.
Okay.
So I would go and marshal at an athletics event, and I would like do a cricket coaching for children who don't care about cricket and stuff like that. So they forced me into doing courses that were all around health and leisure. That led into me getting a job at Hena Leisure Centre. I was a lifeguard. I did a sports science course at college. I finished that, didn't know what I wanted to do. My dad, we thought I might go into physiotherapy, but I wasn't bright enough.
That shocked me.
Yeah,
You're the guy I look up to, mate.
Mate, I am.
God
4
damn it.
GCSEs. You got to remember that.
Yeah,
4
okay.
GCSEs. Yeah, numpty.
Got 4 between us then.
Great. Yeah. So I'm not an academic guy. I find academia difficult because I've got a poor attention span unless it's something I'm interested in, and then I'm all in. So yeah, but I did a sports coaching awards, and then did my college course in sports science, did a university degree in sports science. Alongside that, I got a job in the leisure centre gym at Hena, worked in that, and then stumbled into personal training from there. But I trained, I guess I probably got into weights a bit more from being 18. Once I got into university, and part of the course requirement was strength and conditioning, so that introduced me to a weight room, and then the weight room stuff took over, and then I wanted to be big and look good.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That was what I was going to say from that then, because if the best time of giving advice is when you can be an empath a lot of the time, because you've made the mistakes, you've been down them vehement paths.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's sort of, as you say, you mature, you become a bit more nuanced in life, and not so absolute down a road.
Definitely, yeah.
So how, out of the mistakes you made, how do you give advice to other people?
The mistakes I made. Let me think. What major ones did I make? I think as a I don't really know if I'd class them as mistakes.
You got to go through the journey.
Yeah, I don't know if.
But did you say diet plans, for example? Did you get addicted to I have to eat by this time at this moment this exact thing?
Personally, no.
Okay.
I'm fortunate enough that I've never struggled with my weight. I was always a very lean child. For me, it was about gaining muscle mass. I wanted to be bigger, and I was a small kid, short in stature as well. I was skinny and small. I didn't get to the dizzy heights of 6'1.5" until I was like over 18. So I was like a short kid, short skinny kid, non-aggressive, average kid.
Yeah.
So for me, it was about taking on food. So it was just eating, and I never got too complicated about it, because it was working. It was working, and I was also probably a bit too lazy to take control of that.
Why do you think people do go down there, though? Why do people get so stuck in this, I need to do it in this perfect manner?
Because it depends on what your end goal is. My end goal has never been to be the biggest. I just wanted to be big enough to make girls fancy me.
It's
probably.
where I see people slope off so much because they've not nailed it.
Well, so let me talk of observations of things that I think have gone wrong with people.
Yeah.
Is where they aspired for the bodybuilder thing at a young age. So by 21, they're taking supplements and testosterone.
Yeah.
And so they're going on steroids and exercising and getting ridiculous shape, really good shape at a young age. And then they come off of the cycle of the steroids and things like that. Life gets in the way, so the diet goes away. And that shape that they got into disappears.
Yeah.
And then the mountain to climb back to that is so high, and they probably don't want to go back on steroids again because it had a bad adverse effect on them. And then they can't quite get back to that.
So they reached and touched unattainable heights.
Yes.
Okay.
I would just say that I think people need to aspire for more above average than the best.
Yeah, I get you. Do you think it's social media that it's really ramped this up?
Yeah, to a point. That what I've just said there sounds so negative to aim for above average rather than excellent.
It doesn't to me. No, it's always bettering.
It's contextual into like if you want to be the best at something in sport, if you're a competitive sports person, or if you're an aspiring bodybuilder who wants to win a show, you have to be the best.
Yeah.
You have to be the best you can be. You need to control every little aspects because we're dealing with an extreme outcome. So you need an extreme approach. But as I said at the beginning, I want to help normal people achieve really good things
and keep them in the gym environment.
And I want them to keep
building.
I want to keep them in the gym, and I want to create habits for them that will last 10 years, not 1 year. So that's where I'm at. So I just, to me, I'm an average guy who does average things. I just consistently do average things, and the outcome is good. I stay in reasonable shape.
And okay, with your clients, what are some of the common communications and conversations that you have where they start struggling when they've been with you for a while?
So motivation is hard to keep up for a long time. So we have,
especially when you're sort of just building up in notches, which
completely
is realistic, but you're not seeing as you see on social media now when people do the before and afters, and it's like a 6-week transformation.
Yeah.
Why am I not that?
Yeah.
It's like
I've had someone this week who she was really conscious that she's on my academy. So last time I said I was going to launch an online academy, and I've done it. So she's been through the academy and stayed on the academy, and she's seen new people come and lose a stone, and she's like, why can't I lose a stone? And you have to just say, like, you want that person. And weight loss is the headline. That before and after picture and the you've lost a stone, 2 stone, that's the headline. Like, you're doing amazing things. This person's training for a triathlon. She's moving her body really well. She's doing things that other people would wish they could do, but she's only seeing the headline, the small thing at the top. She needs to look at the big picture, everything that's going on around it.
If you're looking at your job on a pie chart,
right?
you need. I like that charts me.
Yeah.
it seems like what everything was talking about here, psychology seems to be the biggest part of your job. Would you say so?
Yeah.
You have to really sort of the training element.
Yeah.
Do 10 more. 10 more.
People could exercise badly and get great results.
Yeah.
Have terrible form and get great results.
So would you say a big thing for people of now is to work on mindset?
Yeah.
Around
habits.
Yeah. Habits, mindset.
The habits that you form.
Okay.
Because motivation will come and go. There are times when you probably can't be bothered to do a podcast. Motivation comes and goes, even though you really enjoy doing it. So what you'd give yourself is like you'd control daily habits, like or monthly habits. You would say, I'm gonna book 4 guests a month.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make sure I have 4 guests a month, and that means that you formed a habit.
Sort of non-negotiables.
Yes, you formed a habit that right there that you were going to do that, which keeps you in line. So even when your motivation isn't there, it's already booked. It's happening. You're doing it. Whereas if you hadn't got it booked and you can't be bothered, you just
I think that's a great piece of advice.
You just won't do it. So it's the same with weight loss or fitness. So I'm going to the gym 3 times a week. Boom, number 1.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk 10,000 steps a day. Boom, number 2. I'm going to track the amount of calories I eat every day. Boom, number 3. And if you were to do those 3 things just on their own and do it well, you've cracked it. You've done a really good job there, and you've created habits that are maintainable habits that are going to really make a difference. But if you just go without a plan, like this week I got to the gym 6 times. Oh, I really can't be bothered this week. You've only made it twice.
Yeah.
Oh, screw it. It's Saturday. That means I can drink.
Okay. Yeah.
Then it doesn't work. Like weekends are just weekends. They're just, for most people, they're not at work. So they have social
healthy routines, isn't it?
Yeah.
And just ideas that you're going to keep on implementing and keep on building from.
Yeah.
And you've got your main non-negotiables.
Yep.
But you keep on, when you've got to a hurdle, hold on to them because they're second nature.
Exactly.
And then you start putting other stuff
so they become
into the
things
mix.
that just don't go away. Even when things get in the way, they don't. They stay the same.
Yes, yeah.
And then you can keep that momentum, because momentum's a big thing in fitness. Like disruption affects big things. So if you get an injury, then motivation goes straight through the ground. If you if something happens in your personal life, you lose a loved one, it hurts you so bad, and that's what consumes you so much, and everything has to go. And then getting back into fitness can sometimes take people a long time to do, because they just can't process that uphill battle of getting back into their routines again. So momentum is a real key thing for fitness.
Out of the training element and the diet element, which one do you find hardest with for training people to do better with?
Exercise is easy.
It is, isn't it? It's just turning up, getting in, movement.
Exercise is fun.
Yeah. Boxing bag, hitting it.
Move your body.
Yeah.
Go play badminton 5 times a week if that makes you happy.
But then the diet, because basically it's happened to me a lot, and you see a lot of people, they're in the gym 6 times a week, 7 times a week, always there, always moving. Could be 2 hours sometimes for people, and you never really see a shift in tone of body, in anything, body fat. And that's the big, why is it like this? But then I've heard you say this before. What you're doing on the weekend, and they're getting absolutely trounced. Go for a kebab.
Well, you attend the gym a lot. You're a big gym user. So tell me, how many hours a week do you spend in gym fit?
2, 4, 8. I could easily do 8 a week.
So you're spending 8 hours of your week in gym fit.
Yeah.
Well, how many hours are you spending away from gym fit?
There's a good slack there. Yeah, there's a good...
A lot.
Yeah.
How many hours of the day are you eating or drinking? Or like...
Well, I'm fasting at the minute, so yeah, I've got a little window, but that's my non-negotiable.
Great.
I've got
a great habit
and
form
routine
that's going to help you.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that the gym is easy. The gym is only 8 hours of your week, and I don't know hours in a week. I don't care. We've just spoke about this now, but the gym is 8 hours of your week.
Yeah.
Controlling your food, getting good sleep in, is the rest of the time.
Yeah.
And when you're tired, you might want to eat because it makes you feel better. When you've had a shit day, you're gonna eat.
Yeah.
So it's about learning how to balance that.
Could you give some then for people that really do struggle with diet
Yeah.
and really struggle with the food element and let themselves binge or whatever it
Yeah.
is? Can you give some good habits and good ideas for people with their diets?
So this is the way I coach it. I've got this online academy, and on the online academy, I set specific habits for everybody that attends. This is a weight loss academy, the Gym Fit James Academy. It's a
I love it. Catchy.
Gym Fit.
There it is, guys.
Yeah, I've fully
Make sure you're watching
I've
this, 'cause
double
this
gone
guy
today.
is fully merched up to the nines.
I've just put a big merch order in as well for more merch. No, so on the Gym Fit James Academy, I set things. They are that you have to track your food for me every day. You have to walk 10,000 steps a day. You have to drink 2 litres of water a day, and you have to exercise 3 times a week. That's
Awesome.
it. They're the four things that have to be done all the time. And whether you log this in a little diary, or you put it on your calendar, or you use software, or however you want to do it, make sure that you do log those things and tick them off when they're done. Create lists, tick them off. There's nothing better than seeing a list of things you've got to do and then seeing them achieved.
Yeah.
That is a habit in itself that breeds success massively. Lists.
Definitely.
Make lists. Tick
I
them
used
off.
to forget everything,
Well,
and I started building lists, and it's changed my life.
I find organisation a hard thing for me to do. I'm inherently not an organised person, so my wife is amazing. Amazing. She has
Have
got
you got a big
spreadsheets.
whiteboard at home?
Oh, she was like, have I got a calendar for Christmas? Like, it was like an important thing that she got. So she's really organised. Before she takes on board a task, she'll make a list of all the things she needs to do before she undertakes it. And it frustrates the life out of me because I see an end goal and I just want to just make a start.
Yeah.
Where she likes to plot her route through it. And she's absolutely right sometimes.
Can't always be right, can we?
No, absolutely not. But in terms of fitness advice, absolutely make yourself a list of the things you want to do. Print it out 52 times on a weekly schedule planner, and start ticking them things off when you do them, because you can really see how much you're sticking to plan and how much you're not sticking to plan. So there's no lying to yourself about, I'm trying really hard.
Yeah.
Well, did you do that consistently through the last week? Well, no. Well, there you go then. You can't be down on yourself if you didn't do what you told yourself you were going to do. And that's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. So definitely create better habits by walking more. 10,000 steps a day is a great way to go.
We've got movement in here.
Movement. That's something called NEAT.
Yeah.
Which
I love acronyms. Come on.
So so NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, is the amount of calories you burn through non-exercise.
Okay. Yeah.
Non-structured exercise.
Us sitting here now.
Us walking there and back.
That's neat.
Us sitting here is not doing a great deal.
Some
for
calories.
I'm very
I mean,
animated.
look at me. I'm
but
flamboyant.
You are a flamboyant guy. But yeah, so NEAT. So when I talk about NEAT, I'm referring to the amount of steps you do for the most part. It's the calories you burn at work while you're walking around. It's all that sort of stuff. So by raising our NEAT, we burn more calories all the time. So it's like a built-in guarantee that we're burning calories. So that even when you're not going to the gym, you are still burning calories. And if I'm only asking you to go to the gym 3 times a week, but I'm asking you to do your 10,000 steps 7 days a week, which one's more important, really? The NEAT.
Yeah, NEAT.
The walking every day. So move more, do that. And then we create a calorie deficit a few different ways. So we control your food by eating less. Yeah. But because we are moving more, and I'm asking you to move more, we can actually have a few more calories, which is nicer for everybody. If you weren't burning more calories through a higher NEAT, then I would have to take less calories from you, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
As a result. And no one wants less calories. Everyone wants to be as nutritionally supported as possible.
Yes.
So we want nutrient dense food, and we want as much of it as we can get away with while losing weight. Yeah. So I did a funny thing on social media today, Marky.
Oh, I can imagine it.
It was really funny.
Come on, it best be funny.
It was just a reel with I had a pizza face. That was it. But it was a reminder that you can still eat pizza and lose weight. You can't eat every pizza every day, and you can't maybe have a big pizza every day, but you can still enjoy pizza. You can still enjoy foods as long as you work that into your calorie daily allowance. That's my methodology.
I was going to say, because what is that sort of feeling of if you're just eating pizza every day, but you're under your calorie deficit, what's the problem there?
Because it's not nutritionally dense food.
Okay, so you are saying there does need to be an element of the right food, quote unquote, in there.
So why is an apple the colour it is? Why is a tomato the colour it is? Why is broccoli a deep green? Why are carbohydrates inherently starchy and yellow and beige? It's because they're made up of completely different nutrients in each one. So if we were deficient in any area, it can affect mainly fatigue, I would say. And that's the thing. So I want my people, and I want everyone out there, to eat as colourfully as they can. Get as much colour into your diet as you can. That's a really safe way without looking into like, did I get enough
the micronutrients?
Micronutrients, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just get colour into your food as much as you can get into your food.
I feel people don't know how they feel properly.
No.
When you're thinking of optimal health and how you're feeling on the daily, what we should be feeling is quite bouncy, fairly energetic, not off the walls, but just good to go, ready. And I think people have sort of plateaued into this so null and grey, and it's normal to be tired all the time.
Yeah.
And that's sort of in my experience of talking to people, they're like, oh, I'm just so knackered. I'm just tired here. I'm here. And I'm going, right, that's inherently gut knowledge going, you need to do something about this. And often it's probably go back to the basics of how are you dieting? How is your training going?
Yeah. So aside to that, if you eat like a saint, but only sleep 6 hours a day.
Yeah, sleep's a good one.
Then you're going to feel like shit, regardless of your excellent nutrition. If you are someone whose job is extremely demanding, then again, your mindset, even when your food is excellent, you're still going to be thinking about those tasks that you've got going on at work. What if you haven't got work and you're worried that you haven't got work? These are all there's so many external stressors
so
that
sort
can
of
impact on you.
It's why there is that mind, body, soul sort of function, because if the mind's always constantly ticking and stressed, you're going to be coming back to this tired, fearful state. Same with the body and same with the soul, I suppose. If you can just give yourself a bit of mindfulness in the day, relaxation, not thinking of anything, just being, that's a beautiful way to come back round to it. So
I personally find that the walking does that for me.
Yeah.
Getting out and walking the dog with no headphones in or anything in is like a real good space to think.
You didn't know you were a big spiritualist, did you, mate?
I'm not spiritual at all.
Look at you.
I'm just not.
You're absolutely soul full.
I'm of myself.
Have you watched that film, Soul?
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Oh, it's beautiful, man.
No, I did get it. It was
nice.
lovely.
I don't get it.
It was a really nice. It was a really nice film. Yeah, it was a really nice film. I'm just not very mindful.
Sweet message.
It was lovely. I don't resonate on stuff.
That's fine. Well, I think again, if you just do it, that's more powerful, because a lot of people talk about it into this 9th degree, and then they're not doing it or living it. They're actually just sounding clever about it.
Yeah.
But if you can do what the spiritual people are talking, which is really healthy for the life, to be present in this conversation now, when you're at the gym thinking about that lift, if you can just be there, it's beautiful. Some people just need to keep reminding themselves about it all the time, and
definitely,
I think they get lost from that. Do you know what I mean? So I see it from my dad. He's not spiritual at all in the slightest, and wouldn't want that label near him.
Yeah.
But he just lives in a lovely manner. He's kind to people. He's a good fella.
Yeah.
And when he's working, that's all he does.
Yeah.
I'm like, Dad, you don't know this, but you're a Buddhist monk.
Yeah, I know. I do know what you mean by that. I do know what you mean about that. But I don't know.
I just think it's a great thing that you've been.
It's how much you complicate things. People overcomplicate things.
It's what we're talking
so
about.
Much. It does my head in.
Yeah.
Does my head in. I hate the overcomplication of things.
But saying, with everything we've discussed now, we're building up healthy habits, and we're building a bit of structure.
Yeah.
What when the balance tips and then people get like really hyper focused on this, how do you have these conversations
on
with
their
people?
goals, and in terms of like they want to achieve more?
They've started to slip, and it's like
Slip in a negative way.
Yeah, that they're going really too hyper, over exaggerating for it. It's like everything's got to be on point. If they miss it, they get a bit depressed from that.
Yeah,
you must deal with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a few people this week. Again, January is a hot month for this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So I had a lady who her adherence to it. So they have to tick off all their habits, and some people have custom habits that are put in for them their specific goals. And her habits were at 100%. She ticked off every little thing in that week. So I was like, "You've done so well, amazing." She's like, "I have to tick things off. If I don't tick things off, then I feel like I've not done it right." And she's like, "And I'm really worried because I'm going away this weekend. So like, how am I gonna control all these things when I'm away?" And I said, "Relax. How often are you doing this?" "Oh, not very often." "Then go and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Go and chill your beans." If I say to you, eat 2,000 calories a day, right? And you do it for 28 days, and in two of those days you eat 3,000 calories.
Yeah.
Right? That's 2,000 extra over 30 days. Why are we worrying about that?
Yeah.
It's not making any significant
And then
difference.
they go into sort of self-sabotage as
Exactly.
well.
So
afterwards.
so a bad weekend turns into 5 bad days. So for me, I ask questions early in the week. So I say things like, "Have we got any social situations this week that might derail us?" And they'll say to me, "Yes, I'm out this weekend for a meal with friends." And I'll say, "Excellent. Okay, cool. You're on a good roll." If they're early in the plan and very early and we're still on the rise almost, then I will be saying to them, "Okay, well, we need to prioritize. How much do you want to lose weight at the minute? And how much do you want to go out and socialise? Because you can only do one of the two here properly."
Yeah.
So if we're really focused, then you could scale back calories through the week, saving a few more. If you scale back by 100 to 200 calories a day throughout the week, that leaves you an extra buffer zone. I would avoid alcohol at all costs, because alcohol is going to make you hold water like a mother, and we don't want that. So we'd put a few things in place at the beginning of the week. There's no point in getting to Friday and then shitting yourself over Saturday. Let's plan ahead. We know you're going out, so let's think ahead and get ready for that.
Do you think within the fitness industry, the reason a lot of, and I'm just speculating here, but the reason a lot of personal trainers feel they have to complicate it and build these big plans and make themselves look a certain way is because it gives them gravitas to their job. It shows, "Oh, I know what I'm on about."
So is
that like a, because it's something I feel.
Yeah, that's a very, very real thing, but it's a competitive world out there. So if
you can have like a unique selling point,
if you got into fitness because you wanted to look better for yourself, and PTs are just normal people, just doing fitness.
Oh, I thought they were deities.
Oh mate, we used to be, but the job's gone.
Saturated.
It's gone. No, so the people who got into being a personal trainer at one point wanted to get better themselves. That's how they got into that, and so they probably still compare themselves to others, and they see value in aesthetics because that's what they still look at. Like I don't. If you went on my social media now, my personal social media, I don't know if I follow a bodybuilder.
Really.
I don't know that I do, because I don't care. I'm not interested in that world. So
why are you interested in just helping the average?
Because I'm average.
Yeah,
I'm an average guy with I'm just a.
I feel
so
like
average.
You've got too many things on anyway. But eventually a book could come out called "Be Average."
Yeah,
or that could be a series of
maybe,
something. Cause...
I can't spell.
Yeah,
We ghostwrite
I'm
it.
dyslexic or something.
No, I think I have got a bit of
something in there.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I
there's
think
something
I have.
there.
There's definitely something there. No, but because I'm an average guy. I've never done anything. I've never been a winner. I've never won anything.
But you're a very
Never
happy
been the-
fella.
Content. What have I got to be gutted about?
Yeah.
I do a job I love.
Yeah.
Married to an amazing lady. I've got a kid who's happy and healthy. I've got both my parents from a lovely family. I can't bitch about anything. I have no right to bitch about anything. I've had it easy.
Me taking all the information we're talking about here, I suppose for me, people that, let's say, the gym goers that are feeling depressed at the minute.
Yeah.
Let's go for them people that have got a negative feeling at the gym.
Yeah.
Is it because their expectations are just enormous and they need to lower them a little bit and then start from that base and then keep chipping away? And that's what they need to look towards.
For some people, yeah. Some people, they're looking too far ahead. Maybe.
Yeah, okay.
That's why short-term goals are really good. Our first goal is to get to this.
Is that the SMART technique?
It's the way I like to work to things.
What's that acronym again? SMART?
I don't know it.
Oh, specific, measurable.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, GCSE PE.
Yeah, it was GCSE PE.
I can't remember A. A's gone.
Would it be like achievable, something like that?
And then
realistic?
I'm guessing T's tracking.
Maybe.
Realistic, yeah. I think we are talking of SMART goals here.
I prefer KISS.
Okay, come on. Kiss me.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yes, now we're talking. That's a good one.
That's my favourite. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. So keep everything real simple. There's no reason to overcomplicate anything. Your first goal is to attend the gym consistently for a month. Boom. Tick it off that list that we just made earlier. Well done, I did that. Right, I need to replace that with a new one.
Yeah.
My next goal is that I'm really enjoying it and I've started squatting. I can't squat 60 kilo at the minute, but I'm 10 kilo away from it. So my goal would be in the next 8 weeks or 6 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever you want to do. My goal is to hit 60 kilos and then tick it off. And if you tick it off 2 weeks earlier than you thought you would, how good are you going to feel about that? That motivates you to go again. So keep it simple, nice short goals. And keep going forward that way. It's amazing to have aspirations. I know I keep saying things like don't like the influencers doing 6 days a week. Like they're probably really happy. I don't know.
Yeah,
they're probably really happy doing what they do. And so if you want to be like that and you get a kick out of that, then who the hell am I to tell you that's wrong? But I can only resonate with what I feel, and I feel that isn't attainable. I don't know how I would fit 6 days a week of gymming and still live a fulfilled life with my wife, with Rory, doing the hobbies that I enjoy doing. But for some people, the gym is their hobby, so I'm different in that sense.
It's the great thing we've said is being self-reflective and having intentions and knowing how you're feeling and checking in with yourself a lot, because
you've got to be accountable to other people. So that's why coaching comes in really well. But you've also got to hold yourself accountable to things. Don't say, I couldn't go to the gym because Mikey asked me to do this.
Yeah.
It's not Mikey's fault. You say, I didn't go to the gym because I stayed there longer than I should have done. It's not their fault. You could have said to them, I'm really sorry, I've got something I need to be doing, so I need to go right now. And I need to wait. So people need to stop looking out externally and saying, I can't do that because of that. And look at themselves and say, I can't do that because I allowed myself to do that.
Do you get a buzz though when it does start going into the elite sport or anything? Do you enjoy taking athletes down that road and going into the sort of micro parts of the training?
I've been dead lucky to work with some people who are absolutely mint, so awesome. And you know, when you see that thing, when you've got talent and ambition and motivation and time.
Oh, you're getting me buzzing now, mate.
When you see those things in people, you just want to see them fly. You just want to see them just go and do those.
And you know you're some part of that person's life and seed in that.
And like I'm unfortunately for me, I'm too busy that I can't do that more. Because to manage elite sport at that level takes such dedication. It takes such planning and it's a real big job. It's not just go to the gym.
Full-time job for one person.
A top level sports coach isn't managing 30 clients.
No,
they're managing 6.
Really?
Oh yeah. Like they might coach on the side for group coaching or something, but I'm talking like client, like their guy. They aren't coaching loads of teams. Like you looked at GB Athletics, I would put money on it. Well, Jess Ennis had a coach. That was her coach. He probably only worked with 2 other people. Yeah, that was her coach, because it takes that level. Because he might not be the one running next to her, but he is there at every session, watching every run, watching every gym session, checking in with her nutritionist, checking in with her physio, they form a team to help one person win.
Yeah. So, I mean, for the diet there, how serious do you have to take that? Is it tracking to the absolute calorie, to the absolute weight and gram, and how dense?
Ask Tyson Fury if he tracks his food.
Oh, that's the point. What do you think to that then? Like, because this elite sport level, when he's putting pictures up with
The
a
belly
massive
and
gut
all that,
out
yeah.
and everything,
Yeah.
you've got Anthony Joshua here,
Yeah.
who probably does embody health a little bit more so.
Yeah.
What's your verdict on Tyson Fury promoting that?
He's not. I don't think he promotes it.
True.
I think he promotes work hard, be determined, because he grafts. Like he isn't just like wobbling around and turning up and winning world championships.
Completely.
Like he's an absolute winner. But the guy is robust.
Yeah.
Like boxing and doing rounds and doing sparring and spending time on the bag and all that sort of stuff isn't going to make you look like a bodybuilder. It's going to make you look like a boxer.
And I think that's where people struggle with, because they see somebody like Tyson Fury and they follow it to absolute core. I remember me at 16 typing in Will Smith workout, not thinking about anything about myself or my body type, how my genetics work, who I am as a person, what I can.
You're not even a black man.
Given the day, yeah, it's true. That's a big element in that. My Twitch fibers and so on are going to be a lot different.
Could be.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, it could be.
It seems to be the case, or maybe my oxygen. What's that sort of capacity?
Yeah.
They seem to be predisposed to being better at running and so on.
Yeah, completely.
So I typed in that, and I wanted to follow that to its core. But that's the problem. Like, if we're talking about Tyson Fury here again, the tenacity and the work hard element, be enthused and be inspired by that.
Yeah.
But then you don't have to do the junk eating just because he does that.
No.
To say that's not really for me.
He has a very short. If you're a boxing fan, you might know more than me about this, but I understand he has a very short training camp.
Yeah.
He doesn't do 20-week camps, 16-week camps. He has a very short camp where, probably because that's all he can be asked to stick to it.
Yeah.
He can probably only mentally keep up that sort of lifestyle, the food and everything, because he will be dieting well and he will have a nutritionist who's taking control of things, and he won't know what he's eating. He won't be taking control of that. Someone will tell him, this is your meal, this is your meal, this is your meal, and he'll just eat it. But the reason he's a winner is because of his mindset, not because of his nutrition as a whole. Like, yeah, he's carrying lots of body fat, way more body fat than Anthony Joshua, but the guy is robust as anything. You could run him over this bus and he'd probably get up and try and fight you.
He would, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
he'd find a way up.
Yeah, he'd find a way up.
Did you watch the fight against Deontay, the first one, all three?
That.
But
you can't teach that.
Yeah.
That is being sick in the head.
Yes.
To do what he's doing, which is why he suffers with his mental health, because it's like, what he's doing is not normal, because a normal person doesn't think like that and they can't do that.
They have a different threshold.
They have a different level to that, and it's why when it goes bad, it goes bad because
everything's to the extreme.
It has to be. It's the only way he knows how to live. I mean, sports people in general suffer. Like Stephen Warnock.
Had him on.
Had him on. Great guest.
No, it's true.
But
transitioning period.
Yeah, what happens when it's all over?
Have you ever had to deal with anybody like that then?
No.
No. Because it must be so strange having everything tracked to you to the absolute T, the training plan, the diet.
I think for a lot of people they're relieved.
You've got to go. There's probably a big relief, but then there's such an uncertainty and a confusion. I've had a couple of people. I'm getting someone else on who used to be in the Marines.
Yeah.
And it was a thing of, he used to book the dentist in, turn up, that's the dentist. Same with the doctors. When he come out the Marines and another guy came out the army, they actually had to do all the bureaucratic and the jargon stuff for themselves, and they couldn't work it out. That was one of the biggest things. It wasn't like massive things that you imagine. It's the little hurdles in the day, normal people things. They couldn't work it out. So I can imagine, same for a elite athlete, just being human again, you've got to sort of be fed back to society a little bit.
Completely.
Yeah, no real structure there for them.
No, and that's why it all boils down to the same elite people still need to create good habits. When they finish what they're doing, they still need to create great habits.
Yeah.
To form good behaviours that they can repeat and repeat and repeat,
mate.
That keeps them where they need to be.
So I know you've got places to be. You're a busy, wanted man.
Well,
I do know that. we've got the time schedule for this, but my mate always asks this question. I think it would be quite beneficial here. But let's talk about somebody that's really out of control in their life in terms of health, fitness, attitude. They're thinking, right, do you know what? I do need to do something now.
Yeah.
I'm going to step foot in the gym.
Yeah.
Just give a bit of a summary of everything we spoke about and give them the best advice James could give to that person that's out of control with their life a little.
So if they're out of control, they need to acknowledge it. First bit, it can't come from somebody else telling you to do it. Yeah. I don't believe that it can come from someone else telling you to do it. I believe that to be successful at anything, you have to want to do it, like really want to do it. So that's point number one. They're out of control. They say, I'm out of control. I want to do this now for me, and I really want to do that. I'd want them to come into the gym to make a start, because again, that's the easy bit. That's the bit that's taking up less of your time and that you'll get a buzz out of, that you can see progress pretty quickly in, and it's a whole new thing to learn as well. So I would come in, and whether it be cardiovascular work or weight training or somewhere in between in functional stuff, then immerse yourself in learning. Immerse yourself in learning different techniques and talking to people and getting opinions on things, and do it and enjoy it.
Do you think it would be quite helpful at the start to have a trainer there, because they might sort of get you excited and show you? Do you know when you did a session with me and Chrissy?
Yes.
I'm not just saying this, but it did give me a buzz.
Yeah.
I'd not been sort of with a bit of a path set for a long time. And because we were doing circuits and then you're moving us about and I was thinking of different things from it.
Yeah.
It was a great catalyst to get me started again.
Yeah. I'm going to say coaching's dead valuable. Of course I'm going to say coaching is valuable. But yeah, I think that the sooner you get organised in what your approach is going to be to fitness, the sooner you get organised, the better. Otherwise, before you know it, you're going to have created a bunch of habits that revolve around like doing the wrong stuff or the less effective stuff. Let's say you see a lot of people who they come in and they feel very comfortable doing X, Y, Z, so they repeat X, Y, Z. When if they saw a coach, the coach would be getting them to do X, Y, Z plus A, B, C on that day, D, E, F on that day.
Yeah.
So the coach is going to put things in place using their experience to really get you established.
So come on, mate, if somebody's listening to this and they're in our vicinity, where can they get in touch with you? Where can they go?
They can walk through that door at Gym Fit, introduce themselves, and get the warmest welcome going. So walk in there or come at me on socials. I've always got time for anybody.
What is it on social? Just if they're not in our vicinity, but they've gone, do you know what? I really like this guy's no-nonsense attitude to training and I want to get in touch with him. What's that?
Gym Fit James.
Gym Fit James.
Gym Fit James on Instagram or Facebook.
Are you most active on Insta?
Yes. Yes and no. Yes and no.
Okay, well, go on.
Instagram, I really enjoy doing stories. I find that funny. I have no problem putting my face in front of a camera.
Yeah.
I don't care if you don't like.
I adore that about you.
I don't care if you don't like me.
Or another good thing about you, even if you slip up or you don't know what to say,
it's going in.
It's there. It's unedited.
Yeah, it's going in.
Full version.
I'm as open as I can be.
Yeah.
I'm as open as I can be. So yeah.
It's beautiful to see,
so
mate.
Put it out there.
Authentic and real.
If you like it, you like it. If you don't, I don't mind. It's okay. Like, I still like you. You're good.
I think, do you know when you needed an hour, mate? We're a bit more than an hour in.
That's great.
But I think we've smashed it. I think there's some great help in there.
If people get off, because I didn't know which way this podcast was going to go today. So if someone's enjoyed the talk about fitness and they feel inspired,
I've really enjoyed it.
I'm really pleased.
It genuinely inspires me because I am somebody, I love information and I love listening to people.
Yeah.
And I'm not absolute though.
Yeah.
My kick comes from, because I was so badly behaved at school, But now I think there's so much information out there.
It's never been easier to learn.
And I love learning, so
Yeah.
I will go down the path of somebody's diet plan.
Yeah.
And then just try and take in the bits and incorporate things I like.
Completely. I think that's really good.
Keep snatching away from bits that work for you. And if you're not feeling optimal of what we spoke about, there's going to be some information out there where you can take. So I love conversations. And I think this one, for me, is what the big sort of the meaty part of it needs to be.
Yeah.
And it takes so much pressure away, man. It's really nice to just go, right, tomorrow I know I'm going to wake up at this time.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to be in the gym. And I don't need to overthink what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be moving in somewhere or another.
Yeah. Moving. No one got where they wanted to go in 6 weeks.
Apart from you used to you used to tell me off, didn't you? When I just kept going on the treadmill every day. But I had my little plan.
You going on the treadmill every day to get fitter is stupid.
I wasn't doing fitter though.
But you weren't doing fitter. You going on the treadmill to walk every day because that gave you a space to bring out your creativity.
It did, yeah. I mean, that used to be substances that brought it out, and I didn't like relying on them.
You can't walk down the street.
Yeah.
Writing things in a book or writing things on your phone, but you could on a treadmill, and that was something that you loved doing.
It comes back down to what we're chatting about today, though. I had an intention.
Yeah.
I knew my intention, so I felt pure in it.
Yeah.
And it was the right thing for me.
Yeah.
I suppose.
You're right. Ineffective fitness, unbelievably good for you and what you wanted to achieve.
Yeah, doing what I was doing. It's people that think, I want to be able to run a marathon.
Mm-hmm.
I've got this objective, and they did what I was doing. That's where you'd be feeling confused, and you wouldn't be in a good place with your training.
Yep. Yeah, and you'd soon hit a hurdle, and it would stop.
You've got to know what
because
you're
you weren't
about.
getting where you were going.
No.
You wouldn't be seeing enough progress.
You won't be going anywhere. You're just on that treadmill.
On that treadmill, baby.
Time and time again. Yeah. But I'm going to go back to that a little bit because my writing's come. I've got some beats sent over now, so you will be seeing me down there, brother.
I hope I do. I like it when you. I love it when you send me music. It's cool. I love it.
Mate, bless you, mate. Thank you so much for coming today. I think that's a great conversation. That's what I would have liked that news segment to be.
Good.
But it wasn't quite the road then, was it?
You gave me all the time I needed in front of a microphone.
You keep coming back on every so often, mate. I think
come on whenever you want.
You're my every so often guest to just realign people and let them know.
If people want to be get on board with my absolute boring averageness, then I'll come back here whenever you want.
I'm sold. You've got me.
All right.
Dude, big love. Guys, you've been a part of the Old Farm Bus, Back of the Bus Sessions podcast. I'm going to leave you on this, and I always will. Listen to what he said, but also be nice to one another. That's all you've got to do for me. Big love. Cheers, James.
Cheers, brother.